Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juice, and today we are going to be discussing episodes 10, 11, and 12 of Critical Role's Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime. So let's get started. We make tips and tricks videos for players, DMs. We talk about homebrew. We talk about world building. We talk about all things D&D and other tabletop role-playing games on this channel. It would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to the channel and give us a like if you like this content or any of our other content. So I watched the final 3 episodes Friday morning. It is now Saturday, and I've had some time to stew on these couple episodes. And I will say again, they did a great job. I've said that through every single video I've done on the various episodes. This episode, it really felt like they rallied at the right time. It had various climactic moments throughout the episodes. It was heavy action through these last 3. Less joking, which I think was perfect for the tone of everything. You also had Percy diving into a little bit more of his trust issues with the woman who he spared from the end of the last episode, episode 9. And she was working to earn their trust. And there were times where I thought he would come around and just say, okay, you're right, you've earned my trust. That didn't happen, though. There was a really big scene where Percy let his guard down, and the group let their guard down, frankly. And the Briarwoods came out and locked them in a room where Cassandra, I believe is Percy's sister's name, she turned on the group and went away. Now, they hinted that she was under some kind of a spell with like a glowing glint in her eyes and things like that. But it also happened to Vex. Vex was also put under the same kind of charm spell, and they went with the Briarwoods as this wall was put up. Now, a pit filled with acid. It was really cool. This scene I thought was pretty awesome. Didn't know how they were going to get their way out of it. When Grog jumped into the acid to get down to the bottom so they could all pull the levers at the same time, I thought that was a pretty epic scene. You could see how the acid would just melt like the skin off of them. Showed it with a rat before Grog jumped in. It was great. There was a little humor. In fact, like when he got out and didn't have his clothes, there was a little bit of humor with that, and that was kind of funny. But again, the tone in these last 3 episodes was less comedic, more serious. You get into the fight with the Briarwoods in the next episode. You had they did like a ritual to summon the Whispering One. The battle with the Briarwoods was pretty epic. You had Grog holding his own for a bit. You had all sorts of good moments for the characters to shine again. And ultimately, you had the moment where the party was able to subdue the Briarwoods, basically. They killed the vampire with sunlight as Grog held him there. That was awesome. The woman, Lady Briarwood, basically went and lost her mind. She closed the ziggurat, went in and did finish the ritual, which left like this floating orb. You saw the Whispering One. And again, it was a good, I think it was, you could really see that she just had lost all faith for a bit and was then just all in for the Whispering One. The party then eventually saved the day, right? And headed out, and we got the closure. We found out like, oh yes, all this was because the ziggurat was underneath Whitestone, and that was why they had to come to this town. And then the priests from Pike's church went in, and they showed one of the guys get sucked into the orb, dying or whatever. And that was pretty cool. Now, The party's getting awarded by the ruler. Once again, now they're like the council. And as this is going on, you see a bunch of dragons flying in, and that was how they ended it. And honestly, this to me again was a great cliffhanger. I'm really excited to see the next season and how they handle all these dragons and stuff. One dragon was hard. Now you're fighting multiple dragons, so this is going to be rough. Now, I again was not a critical role person before this season. You know, I've appreciated what the people over there have done, what Matt Mercer and all of them have done. I've enjoyed the little clips I've seen over the years, but I've never really watched it. I tried a couple times, I didn't get into it. Now, I can honestly say I'm into it now. I am a non-critter converted to a critter, I think. I'm starting to watch the streams here and there when I'm doing things around the house, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Only a couple episodes in, starting at episode 28 of season 1, but I plan on watching all of them, you know? So it's going to take a long time because I don't just sit here and watch live streams all the time. I'm too busy with my own stuff, whether it's streaming on my own channels, on Twitch. You know, I have 2 YouTube channels dedicated to RPGs. I have my Master the Game RPG streams. I have this one. So if you're interested in that, go check those things out. But we do a variety of things. So I'm also busy doing videos like this. I've got D&D 5e videos I'm working on. I've got Pathfinder 2nd Edition videos I'm working on. I've got Fantasy Age, Dragon Age, Atultis, all these other videos I'm working on. So to sit here and just say I watch live streams is just not the case. So every now and then I'll watch it when I have time. So it's going to take a while before I catch up. And who knows if I ever will. But ultimately I can say that this show really pulled me through. I am now truly a fan of Critical Role, and I'm looking forward to more of what they do. I do have the original Tal'Dorei book that they put out a few years back. I kind of want to pick up the newest one that they've done about Tal'Dorei. I don't have Wildmount yet. I'm kind of interested in picking that up now. And I know they've got another one coming out here very soon that's more of like an adventure path that takes place in the Wildmount region. So it's called like the Nether Deep or something. So looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm sure my fandom for Critical Role is going to grow over time. The more I, learn about it, the more I watch the live streams. And again, I'm looking forward to it. So what about this show stood out to you? Because I've heard people say there were things they didn't like about it. The pacing, things like that. I thought the pacing was fine personally. I've heard some people who say that you have to be a Critical Role fan to enjoy it. I don't feel like that's true. Because again, I'm someone who came into this not a Critical Role fan. I've heard people say, watch it without a DM's eye or a Dungeons and Dragon player's eye for it. However, that's some of the stuff I liked the most. I liked being able to sort of pick out the moments in the show that felt like D&D. That stuff stood out to me, and for me, I enjoyed that. In fact, that was one of the challenges for me going into it was, can I identify some of these things? And I feel like I could in some aspects. Some things I was way off on, but that's okay. And I can understand some people not wanting to watch the show because it might ruin their streaming experiences of it and things like that. I'm somebody who can read a book and watch a movie of the same book and not have any problems that the consistency isn't there. Because I can take it for what it is, But not everyone can do that. And I heard that they've taken some creative liberties within the show compared to the stream that they did. So, I don't know. I like all of the characters. I've really, really grown to love them. I really love Grog, but that's probably because I play characters like that a lot more than the other types. Vex was all right. I wasn't as into Vex. I liked Vax. Pike was interesting. I actually liked Keyleth. I like how her character developed through the show. Being very shy and afraid of casting certain spells to eventually being able to do some really epic things and help save the day. I really liked that. Percy, I really liked that he was struggling with a darkness throughout the whole show. and you could really see it. Like, it was real subtle at first, but then you could really pick up on it, especially the last few episodes. You really could see him struggling with that demon or whatever it was that was taking over. I think they said it was a demon, and it was associated with his gun. I really loved that. His sister turning made total sense. However, in hindsight, why did they slit her throat, though? A few episodes back. That part, and then her turning seemed very odd, because why would you do that? What if they don't have the ability to bring her back? That was a huge assumption the bad guys made if they intentionally did that, knowing that she was going to be brought back. So that part was a little off to me. But other than that, a really good first season. And again, I think they did a great job. Looking forward to more. I love this kind of stuff. I like fantasy cartoons and shows. So I think they nailed it. And I think whether you're a Critical Role fan or not, if you're a D&D fan or not, I think you can really enjoy this show. So that's what I thought on it. Would love to hear what you thought in the comments below. If you loved it, if you hated it, if there were changes you would have made. Again, let me know in the comments below. This was Master the Game. I am Juice. Game on.